Happy Thursday, Sunset family, and others that may be tuning in today as come to you here on officially day 24, as I think the TV's been keeping count and letting us know how many days we are into this, what I like to refer to as a temporary new norm, and prayerful that things will get back to normal again soon. But hey, thank you all so much for your kind words of encouragement over the last few weeks. Probably by now you know that we're coming in about every day with some kind of devotional thought or singing a song together, or praying together, and I sure appreciate the fellows that have been working on that. Philip and Chris and Sean and myself have been coming in at least once a week via video to share with you all. So I've learned a lot this week. Enjoyed the videos. Learned about Boston Terriers and beehives, and even how genuine a $10 bill is. So you guys have been watching the videos, know what I'm talking about in those earlier this week. But appreciate the folks that have helped out, and you all have been so kind to tune in. And this is how we're staying in touch. So anyway, thanks for tuning in again today. One of our members is really good to stay in touch via email, and he sends some emails over that I enjoy, and he sent one today just earlier this morning, and is talking about some of the things we're doing as we're quarantined and some of the things that people have come up with. I want to share just two of the ones that he had on this list. One of them said, "I still haven't decided where to go for Easter, the living room or the bedroom." There you go. And then another one said, "This morning I saw a neighbor talking to her cat. It was obvious she thought her cat understood her. I came into my house, told my dog how ridiculous that was, and we laughed a lot." So there you go. Maybe you're home today talking to your pets. But we do hope you're doing well and enduring okay. Have you found it hard to not complain maybe over these last few days? And even as we get in further, it's another day, and we still don't see maybe the end in sight that we want to. And you begin complaining, you begin maybe murmuring and kind of grumbling about some of the things we're having to do. And I was having kind of an issue with that earlier this week. And something that I have to work on regularly is just being cheerful in some of the things and the daily things that we do. But this particular day, kind of having one of those mornings, and then I got an email. It's something that I get every Monday, and it just talks about a Monday mood changer. And this particular email had listed a verse that spoke to me that day, and I want to share that verse with you. It's taken from Philippians chapter 2, and it's 3 verses, 14, 15, and 16. It says, "Do everything without complaining or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God, without fault in a crooked and depraved generation, in which you shine like stars in the universe, as you hold out the word of life, in order that I may boast on the day of Christ that I did not run or labor for nothing." Of course, as you look at the book of Philippians, you realize that it was written by Paul. Paul wrote that under house arrest. Maybe we feel like we've kind of been under house arrest here lately. And really the main theme of that book was being joyful, being cheerful. And he was writing to a group who was really oppressed. And a lot of times they felt great opposition. And maybe you felt that way over these last few days for whatever reason. Because of the current situation, you're feeling a little bit oppressed. And Paul says, here's what you do. Do things without complaining. And that's the small things. And that's what I have to constantly remind myself, is the small things that have to be done day in and day out, and the new way that we're doing some things to get through this crisis. And let's remember that. I'll try to think about that working on my end, and you can do the same on your end. I thought of an individual that we read about in the Old Testament that struggled in life, and we know that. We've read about that, and that was David. David, we think of the great king and the man after God's own heart, and he was. He had all of that, but at the same time, he struggled, and I'm sure he complained from time to time as well. But I was thinking about a song that we could share together, and I've had several people mention that they enjoy singing with the video, so we'll do that again today. I think a song that you'll be familiar with, but it's taken from a verse that David wrote over in Psalm 18. And I want to share just about 3 verses from that chapter, beginning at verse 1. And this is David writing this after the Lord had delivered him from the hand of an enemy and from the hand of Saul. He said to the Lord, beginning in verse 1, I love you, Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my stronghold. I called to the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and I have been saved from my enemies. Did you think about that song, I Will Call Upon the Lord? You know, we're all making phone calls nowadays. That's how we're staying in touch. I've talked to a lot of you over the phone, and they're saying, well, if you have, here's who you need to call to talk about this. If you're looking at your unemployment, call this number. If you're looking at whatever it is, something to be delivered to home, you call someone, or you send them a message via internet or whatever. But that's the way we've been reaching out. We've been calling people. What about I'll call upon the Lord? David said, that's what I did. He delivered me from my enemy. He's my strength, my rock, my shield, my salvation, my stronghold. Still true today. That's the God we serve, the God that takes care of us, the God that loves us, and the God that will always be there for us. Let's sing this song together. You all know it. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. The Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. The Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. You know the Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. The Lord liveth, and blessed be the rock, and let the God of my salvation be exalted. I will call upon the Lord. I can almost hear you guys singing along. So thanks for doing that. We're staying connected best we can right now, as we've said many, many times. If you need anything, call our office, call one of the ministers. We've got people who are ready to help and wanting to. We're praying for you all. We appreciate your prayers, and we will continue that. Hope your day's going well. We love you guys and look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.